Welcome, my name is Colleen Tauke and I'm the sewing specialist here at Fons & Porter. In this Quilting Quickly tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make the block that goes into the quilt Ring of Friendship. If you'd like to purchase our pattern, please visit our website. Okay, we're going to be using 2.5-inch strips, and we've got a lot of reproductions here. You can also notice in the quilt that it incorporates some batiks, so if you'd like to use everything, add some fun to it. But I've got 2.5-inch strips here of some prints and then some lights that are also prints but more subtle. And then we've got the background fabric that just lets everything play. So what we're going to be doing is cutting off of the 2.5-inch strips to make our points of what we call a friendship star. And I've got a completed block here in front of me. A friendship star is a really traditional block, and usually it's made up of a center square and then the 4 triangles on the outside that make kind of a spinning star. And here we've incorporated 4 of those, and they overlap, so that makes kind of a star, circle, or square shape here. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be cutting from our background fabric some individual squares. We're going to be cutting some triangles, and then we're also going to be bringing in another background kind of center from those light prints that I showed you. We're going to be cutting 4 identical centers for each block. So think about pairing things up or bringing things together as 4 here. And then we're going to be cutting 4 triangles that match off of each of our print strips to make the star points. So follow your instructions for the number of triangles you need and make sure you keep them kind of grouped in 4, so that will make your sewing go along smoothly. So we're going to be using, off of each of the print and some of their background fabric, we're going to be cutting triangles. And a tool that we can use to make that cutting go a little faster, I'll show you here, is the Fons & Porter 1/2 1/4 ruler. And on this ruler we can cut 2 different kinds of triangles. What we're going to be worried about though is those that we can cut from this with the yellow, and we're going to be working on 2.5-inch strips, which the ruler is marked 2.5. So we'll put this along one edge of our strip and then have this yellow triangle kind of hang off the top. And I'll show you how to place that. What you need to do is bring in the ruler, and this ruler allows us to cut really efficiently off of those 2.5-inch pre-cut strips and our background strips. So we're going to drop this in at the 2.5-inch line like I pointed out earlier, and then have that little yellow triangle hang off the top, and then we can very easily cut all of the triangles that we're going to need. Now I overcut the first one so that I could take away the selvage edge there. Replace my ruler so I'm always cutting from a safe angle, and then I can continue down the strip in the same manner, just rotating the ruler back and forth so that I can cut pieces. Now you would do the same thing off the dark print, but the dark print makes it a little harder for you to see what I'm doing, so I'm demoing on the light fabric there. But as you see here, I've got a stack of the prints, and I've got a stack then of all the light triangles that go into it, and I can start pairing those then for piecing. So right sides together like this, and sew a 1/4-inch seam along here. Now be very careful, because this is a very traditional way of piecing a triangle square. We do have bias edge here. Just be very careful, don't push or pull on your fabric or you'll end up with distortion. But if you just gently feed those through, you'll have a seam that looks like this, and then set that seam with the iron and press open, pressing your seam allowances toward the darker side. And you're going to be doing the light background with the print twice. And notice, since they're an interlocking star, you're going to be matching up a print, the 2 prints that are side by side for those stars. So you need to kind of, when I said keep 4 together, then group those into groups of 4. So here we had a light blue, a pink, a navy, and a brown stripe. I brought all 4 groups of colors together, sat down, and followed my diagram so that I make sure my placement and the number and pairing is correct. So instructions are really important in this one. If you do not have the Fons and Porter 1/2 and 1/4 ruler, another way that you can cut those is we include in your pattern a template that will be easy for you to transfer to template plastic, and then in like manner you would use that template plastic, laying it on your strip, and you can use a fabric marking pen to just simply mark down the strip in the same way you would if you had a ruler, but you can't cut against this, it's not heavy enough. It would become nicked and distorted after a while. So what you can do is then mark them, take a regular ruler, drop in and cut along those lines in the same manner. So if you don't have the 1/2 and 1/4 ruler, you can just use template plastic, but the 1/2 and 1/4 ruler is a great investment. So then, once you have all of your units or portions made that go into the Friendship Star block, you need to lay them out in proper order, making sure that your triangles are pointed so they spin all in the same direction. And then there's one more Friendship Star that comes into play here, and it's when you're making the sashing that goes between the blocks, because these are the actual blocks. Then you're going to, if you notice behind me, there are small Friendship Stars that kind of dance between the blocks across. So what you do is, I'm trying to make sure my placement is proper. Let's see. This way. You have a cornerstone and another one that comes together, so that as they come together, you're going to form another, a small individual Friendship Star with the sashing. It goes together. So definitely a ring of friendship. If you'd like to see more of our video tutorials, please visit our website. Thanks for joining me today.